This portion of Lifestyles has been sponsored by Action Pest Control.
We are back with our friend Scott Robbins, and Scott always talks about the services from Action Pest, and today the particular focus is termites. Good morning.
Good morning, Ange. How are you?
I'm so good. It's good to see you again. And yes, termites. I mean, I think that the word that homeowners dread so much. What do we do to protect ourselves, Scott?
Well, the first thing, just making sure you get your home inspected on an annual basis. And, you know, the home that's probably the biggest investment or biggest asset that many of us will have during our lifetime. So its protection is really important. And, you know, termites, they're kind of they're just that really silent, unknown, kind of a disease to the structural integrity of your home, especially if it's any wooden framework, which most of our homes have.
Right. Well, okay, now let's say a prospective home buyer is watching today. What do you suggest that they look for when they're having their home inspected? What do they want their inspector to look for before they buy?
Well, the inspector itself, depending on which state you're buying a home in, in the tri-state area, there's different regulations as far as, that certified home inspector and what they should be looking for. But you want them getting down into the crawl space. There's no, depending on the state, they're under no obligation to move things around. So, wall coverings, you can't see what's going on inside the wall. So, just a really good eye. When I'm doing a termite inspection in a crawl space, I like to, actually do some sounding, tapping on the wood and, making sure it sounds solid, like up in the box seals of a crawl space. But again, depending on that home inspector, they're under no obligation to like pop a drop ceiling tile in a partially finished basement or anything and seeing what could be concealed there.
Well, and that's what I think is so disturbing. Is it a total deal breaker if you find some termite damage in a home?
No, if it's depending on whether the home inspector should be gauging the structural integrity and if there is any actual repairs needed. Not to just scare someone, but the eastern subterranean termites, and there's actually about like here in Indiana where I'm at. There's about 5 species of termites, known to be inside the state, but, they only eat maybe like a board feet of 2x4 about every 6 months. They're not nearly as destructive as like down in Louisiana where they have the Formosan termite. So it shouldn't be a deal breaker at all if you catch it early.
All right, well, let's talk about your inspection. What is that? What does that look like when we make the appointment?
Well, we're going to actually be getting into the crawl space or into the basement, and we want to be, as close to we can as possible. In my mind, if I can't touch it, then it's considered an inaccessible area, and would be marked as such on your inspection. So I want to try and get in every area of a crawl space. Some older homes might have a part of a crawl space, so we're going to be underneath. We're going to be around the exterior perimeter. We should be walking around, all areas, at a minimum of the ground floor, and, poking our head up in the attic if there's an attic access available. I don't really like my guys walking on, attic trusses or anything like that for safety. So if there's walk boards and stuff up there, they'll take a thorough look around.
Well, that's really what I think people want to hear, Scott, to have that comfort of knowing that professional eyes have been on the problem and that it can be treated.
Absolutely. The treatment products that are out there right now are, the best stuff that we've had in decades, as far as protecting a home for many, many years.
Scott Robbins of Action Pest. It's always good to talk to you.
Thanks, Ange.
We'll be back with more local lifestyles after this message. Please stay with us.
This portion of Lifestyles has been sponsored by